I thought I'd take the opportunity to do a little video, or to video me shape this bread. Opportunity to have a chat, a little chat about what my wife and I are doing down in Wonthaggi. For those who knew us in Melbourne and don't see us as much anymore, and for those new people who we're getting to know down in Wonthaggi, or here in Wonthaggi, I thought I'd just have a little chat while I'm shaping this dough. Quite a bit's changed over the last few years. We moved down here about a year and a half ago. Brought out, at the time, 4 boys down to Wonthaggi, and that was a big change for everyone. Our eldest was 11, turning 12, and he was heading into year 6. And then a 10-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 6-year-old. Well, they all turned those ages last year, in the first couple of months of us living down here. And yeah, so it was a big decision for my wife and I to move down here with the 4 boys, and at the time we were pregnant with our 5th, so we didn't know we were pregnant when we decided to move down here, so that was a nice little surprise. But yeah, to move down here from everything that we'd known in Melbourne, a secure job in Melbourne for myself. Kids were really happy at the school, so it was a big decision to move down here. But honestly, since we've moved down here, it's been the best decision we've ever made. Kids are loving their school. We're locked into a church down this way, so it's been really fantastic for us and our family and our boys. Living down the beach, we are beach people, so for us it's been seamless in a lot of ways. We've thoroughly enjoyed the sea change and getting to know, a new pace. Having said that, last year we certainly had a new pace. I didn't do a whole lot of work, and so Megan and I spent a lot of time together, which was lovely. And then since opening this business, we're back to the busy life. So got the boys locked into their school, into their basketball, and a few other things. And so it doesn't take long when you've got kids, of course, to get straight back into the business of life, but it's been fantastic. So, yes, a big shout out to all the people that we've met down this way and become friends with down this way. It's been wonderful. Been wonderful. In terms of our business, yeah, it's been a really great thing. We signed a lease down here in October last year, and so the hope was to be able to set up and open before Christmas. That did not happen, but that's okay. We've had a lot going on regardless, but we opened on the 8th of January, and yeah, since then it's been really great. So we're a bulk food store, and you might be wondering why I'm Shape and Go here. We are a bulk food store, but I'm quite passionate about sourdough, quite passionate about different sourdough as well. So not just your typical white bread, white sourdough, white bakers, but we put a few different flours in there: wholemeal rye flour, Corazon flour, spelt flour. So I'm usually baking with a few different sorts of flours, the ancient grain flours, and so that helps with digestion, as does the sourdough, but it also adds to the flavour. So you've got a whole lot of other flavours going on in there as well. So when you've got your long ferment and your time in the fridge for about at least 24 hours in the fridge, yeah, you just get a beautiful flavour. So I love my sourdough, I love eating it, I love making it, and now I'm really enjoying producing it and selling it to our wonderful customers down here in Wonthaggi and around. So that's why I'm Shape and Go. I am probably just going to throw the odd video up of me Shape and Go, a little bit less talking. You don't need to hear me talk, so if you enjoy watching a bit of shaping, then you can tune in. Otherwise don't tune in. But what are we hoping for this business? I guess I've come from I've done a 20-year apprenticeship, you could say, with my mum in a business in Melbourne called the Full Pantry. If you don't know it, go check it out. If you do know it, continue to support them. It's a great business, and just like my business, you're supporting families. You're supporting my mum, you're supporting my brother and his family, you're supporting Dane in the kitchen, who's got his family of himself. You're supporting everyone else who works in that business, So if you know the Full Pantry, go check them out. But I did 20 years working in the Full Pantry. Just 1 second, my oven is beeping. So I did 20 years working in the Full Pantry, and it's a wonderful business. When we started 20 years ago, a lot of it was educating people why you would shop in a bulk food store. A lot of people really hadn't seen the concept done. We were in Melbourne, so we had a lot of elderly people who would remember the old bulk food stores. certainly a lot of the younger generations haven't really seen the bulk food store, so it was a great opportunity to share with those that hadn't seen the bulk food stores why you would buy bulk, or not buy in bulk, but buy from a bulk food store. So when you buy from a bulk food store, it's not because you're buying bulk amounts. It's not like Costco. It's that you're buying the amount that you need. So one of the reasons why my mum started the full pantry 20 years ago was for food waste. So package waste has become a bit of a thing these days, and so that's great that we are tackling a lot of those issues, package waste and all that. And so when you shop in a store like this, the full pantry, or here at Coastal Bulkfoods, you can tackle your package waste by that. You bring your own containers. You can use our paper bags. So they're really important things to get behind and support. We produce and use far too much plastic, and certainly far too much single-use plastic. So definitely get behind the full pantry and any other store that does this. And so I'm just going to pause the video and I'll get back to you. I'll be back. So this is what I've been baking in the oven. So we've got a couple of focaccias in there. So I'll bring them out and we'll put them on the counter. Little tour through the shop. This is my little working station. Emphasis on very little working station. This isn't not even a micro bakery. This is very, much smaller than a micro bakery. I'll just go and turn the oven off. So we've got our spice range here. There's about close to 100 spices there. So we've got some nuts and dried fruit. We've got the organic section down that side. Along the wall, we have a gluten-free section. Of course, this is not a gluten-free environment, but we help out the people who need gluten-free as much as we can. I haven't yet turned the lights on, but this is the counter and some chocolates, a few other things, cleaning products. So this is home for me for most of the day. Some honeys on tap, tahinis, golden syrups, olive oil, rice bran oil, nut butters. So a whole range of things. Alright, so I'll have a bit of a chat through what I'm doing for those that are interested in sourdough and shaping and all of that. So we're going to put some spelt flakes at the bottom of these bannetons. Continue along with that theme of using some ancient grains in the mixture. Right. Be a bit difficult space-wise here, but we'll just give it a good shot. So shaping in a banneton is not difficult at all. It's not a super wet hydrated loaf. The hydration of this loaf is around 76 to 77% hydration, so it's not that wet. And I've only put a very small amount of sourdough starter in there, roughly 30 grams per loaf. So they're 500 gram, well, they're about 950 gram loaves, but got about 500 grams of flour. I actually never put spelt flakes or any sort of flake on the top of the dough. I might have to rethink about how I'm going to do this. Feels like they're just going to come straight off. But that's alright, we can all learn at the same time. If you're watching this and you put spelt flakes or any sort of flake on the top of your dough and you've managed to keep it on there, please let me know in the comment section how you've done that. That would be helpful for me and for everyone else that's interested in that. When you're putting in wholemeal flours such as wholemeal rye, the hydration of your loaf really will change compared to, say, a white loaf of bread that's 76% hydration. So if you've got a 76% hydration loaf and it's predominantly white, and when I say predominantly, I mean 95% white, it will be a very different feel towards the end than one that has wholemeal rye in there and corazon in there. So for those of you who have done some shaping before, you're probably thinking, wow, the dough is quite stiff, and it is quite stiff. I could probably push this up to 80% hydration without a problem at all, because of the wholemeal flours in there. Having said that, I'm really happy with the consistency of the crumb with this hydration, so I'm just keeping it the same, but you can definitely hydrate this for longer. Hydrate this more. Absolutely you can. Okay, so I'm only doing 4 in a Bannerton. And I will shape the others on a tray in some towels, so I'll just organise that. Maybe some rice flour on the bottom. There's a towel. I'll try this method with sprinkling some seeds on there. Still being quite gentle with the dough, even though it looks like I'm not. Now I'll try and make these a bit longer, these loaves. So I won't go all the way over. Okay, it's a little bit longer. Put in it. Just make sure there's a little bit of towel in between the two doughs. And they sit very nicely. Like that. It proves beautifully in the fridge. Or more like retard in the fridge beautifully for probably about 24 hours. So they have been bulk rising since about 11 o'clock last night. So if I do the maths there, it's going to be about 40 hours ferment, including the time in the fridge, which is great for everything from flavour to digestion. So if you're eating sourdough and properly fermented sourdough, it is much, much better for your gut. Much, much better for your gut. And so you should notice it. If you're eating sourdough and it's not much better for your gut, then perhaps, not necessarily, but perhaps the sourdough is not as good as what it needs to be. Perhaps the ferment time is shorter. Perhaps the bakery that you're buying your sourdough from is actually putting a little bit of yeast in there. That's not uncommon. Adding yeast into bread that has sourdough culture in there, some will say it improves the flavour. It will certainly add some flavour to it, but it also gives you the ability to maybe just turn some corners a little bit faster, so you can quicken up the process a bit. But I wouldn't suggest it. It's the whole idea of sourdough is to use 3 ingredients. So flour, water and salt. You could say 4 ingredients. The 4th one is thyme. Okay, last one. Just in time, nearly 9 o'clock, so I need to open the shop. Look, this is a very haphazard video, but I thought while I'm doing this job, I'll bring you all in on the journey as well, and you can watch and you can be a part of it. I'll do this every now and then, just upload some videos. Throw some questions in there if you'd like me to talk about anything in particular, but otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed it. Certainly loving our time down here in Wonthaggi, and look, am I hoping to set up a little micro bakery? Absolutely. I would love to have the space and the money and the time to get a few ovens, and to have a whole space to push out hundreds of loaves, different loaves, beautiful loaves, pastries. I'd love to do that. That would be fantastic. So you never know. But at the moment, starting very, very small, just selling some loaves and some focaccia for our customers that come in on a daily basis, and we'll see where the Lord takes us from there. But otherwise, this is what we're doing at the moment, and we're loving it. So hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time.